this video, I'm going to talk about my new favorite budget smartwatch, and that's by Tinwoo, and it's the Quartz Velcro edition. The main thing I want to say about this watch before we get into the unboxing is that it's a very intuitive and simple smartwatch that nails all the basic features. Before we get into details, let's jump into a quick unboxing. The first thing I want to talk about is the wrist strap, and this is something that I really like about the Tinwoo watch. The thing with most fitness trackers and smartwatches is that they come with a regular silicone band, and the silicone band for some people can be really annoying. It can get rashes, it can just be annoying, it can get really sweaty. What they include is a Velcro kind of woven type of wristband, which is very similar to the ones that you get on Apple Watch. What's really nice about this is that it's going to give you a very soft feel on your skin. It doesn't bother me at all, and it was very easy to get used to this smartwatch. What's really special about this wristband is that it's made of Velcro, which gives you an infinite amount of possibilities to adjust it. So you're going to get the desired comfort and the tightness of this wristband on your wrist. Now, like the strap, the actual watch is very light. So this is a very comfortable smartwatch or fitness tracker, whatever you want to call it, to wear 24/7 throughout your exercises or throughout your sleep. The next thing I want to talk about is the amazing display that it comes with this smartwatch. The special thing about this LCD screen is that it's so large that it's actually very easy to see the screen, especially for someone who has poor eyesight and has to use glasses. This is really good for people who are older and don't have their glasses on them all the time. Being able to see the time on such a large screen, but still have a very compact form on your wrist is especially important, especially for a lot of watches out there that are just, the font on them are so tiny, so small. It's almost impossible even for me, which I have pretty good vision, to see. So this is something I really appreciate. I think Tinwoo did a really good job on the screen. Not only can my mom actually see the screen, but this also has an always on display. So that's really handy if you don't want to have to use the gesture to kind of just move it up. You can always have the screen on displaying the information that you need 24/7. Now let's talk about the battery life. Now they rated around 7 days, and this is without the always on display. If you're using the always on display, of course the battery will be a little bit more affected by this, but I'm getting a pretty good performance, especially with such a large screen. Up to 7 days with all the tracking. Mind you, this doesn't have GPS on board, so the battery should last pretty long. Another great aspect of this smartwatch is that it's IP68 certified, so you're able to take this swimming and not risk getting it damaged at all. The next thing I want to talk about are the watch faces on this fitness tracker. My personal favorite watch face is the one that displays the entire week's weather information, so you can have the whole forecast on your home screen. Having the entire forecast on my watch, on my wrist with a single glance is quite amazing, and the weather information is quite accurate. Another cool feature about the watch face is that you can actually have it adjust between night and day. So at night, it'll actually switch to a different watch face for the night theme, and then during the day, obviously switch to the light theme. There's also this flower watch face, and what happens is that when you hit your goal, you can actually see the flower blossom. So it's a really cool effect. It's a nice reward when you hit your daily step count goal for the day. So the Tinwoo watch supports various sports modes, and it's going to cover your basic sports modes such as running, walking, or jogging. Other activities that it supports is hiking, badminton, soccer, and of course the ones that I mentioned earlier. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this doesn't have a GPS on board. So what you can actually do is pair it to your phone and use assisted GPS. So which basically means that you're going to be having the watch and the phone on you when you're running, for example, and it's going to be able to track your entire GPS location. This is a very nice option to have, and it's called connected GPS. Other neat features that this smartwatch supports is breathing exercises, which is very good to help relax and meditate. And of course, it supports your typical alarms, timers, and a stopwatch. I have to say, using this smartwatch is very intuitive and very easy to use. For example, if you want to access your notifications, you just simply swipe down and you can see all your notifications in a very large font, so it's very easy to read, unlike some other smartwatches that make it almost impossible to read the notifications. So not only are notifications very useful, let's say for example you got a Facebook message or you got a notification that your package was delivered, you obviously get very important phone calls delivered to your wrist or text messages. So no more of the days you're going to be missing a phone call. You'll receive some haptic feedback on your wrist whenever someone is calling you, and this to me is a very important feature. So by swiping up, you can access the eco mode, which is really nice to save battery. You can enable or disable do not disturb. From that menu, you can also access the music control, and this is something I really appreciate. The music control is very intuitive and I really like it. Essentially what it is that you're able to remote control your phone while it's playing music or any type of media. And one of my favorite things to do is actually to lower or increase the volume based on the current environment. It's nice not having to access your phone in the pocket. You can simply just adjust it from your watch or you can skip to the next track or pause and play. So having music controls on your smartwatch is a very nifty feature. And of course, the final feature on the screen is the Find My Phone. And this smartwatch or fitness tracker wouldn't be complete without this feature. Now, there are some kind of name brands out there like Fitbit that don't offer this feature to this day, which is absolutely horrible. And I'm very thankful that Tinwoo included this feature because I lose my phone all the time. Sometimes I just can't find it or whatever. Being able to quickly tap and just, find my phone is very helpful throughout the day. So this is a very simple watch. The navigations aren't confusing. It's just very intuitive. If you swipe to the right, what you're going to see is all your quick stats, such as your sleep metrics, your step count, your heart rate, your distance traveled, and your calories, and etc. This is something that I really like about this watch. It's just very simple, plain information. Doesn't bog you down with all these crazy metrics. It's just a very simple watch, and it's very easy for me just to kind of just pick it up and use it as I go throughout the day. Now, there are a lot of different features on this smartwatch that I'm not going to cover in detail. However, if you go to the Tinwoo app, you can actually enable other types of features. Of course, there's going to be sleep tracking, but other features that are kind of you need to go into the app to make sure they're enabled is, for example, sedentary alert. So basically, when you're sitting down, you're in an office 9 to 5, it's going to remind you ever so often to get up and move around. This is very helpful for me personally because I'm working at the computer all day. So being able to have reminders on my wrist to kind of get out of the seat and help with my blood circulation is extremely important for me. The actual Tinwoo app on Android is very easy to set up. The one thing I really like about the pairing experience between the watch and my actual phone app on Android is that I didn't have to sign up with my account. So that's really nice to not have to sign up with an account. You just simply connect it with Bluetooth and it's automatically going to pick it up and it's going to start syncing. So setup is very easy on the app. And from within the app, you can go in there and you can set up all your targets. So for example, you want to set a minimum distance, your number of steps per day. You set these targets, and this is going to be very helpful for you to monitor your actual activities and make sure that you hit your goals every day. Other features included in the app is Find My Actual Watch. So I'll actually vibrate the watch. So kind of similar to the Find My Phone feature, but in the opposite direction. In the app, you can also configure the notifications. So for example, let's say you don't want Facebook Messenger messages coming to your watch. You can just simply disable it in the app. That's very nice if you don't want to be bothered all the time with needless notifications from apps. And lastly, a really cool feature for people who like to self-film or do selfies all the time, you can actually use this watch as a remote control. So basically what you can do is open the Tinwoo app and you can point the camera to you in whatever way. You can set it up stationary, far away from you, and then you can just simply click onto the actual watch and I'll take a picture. So all in all, the Tinwoo Quartz Velcro edition is an amazing fitness tracker or smartwatch, whatever you like to call it. For me, I really like the large text screen. It's very easy to read and comprehend the text that is on there. Sometimes it's just so hard to see because some displays are so small or very hard to read. Being able to see the notifications on a large screen is very, very appreciated. I really like the simple design and especially how this looks. I think it looks really nice, especially like the Velcro design. This is something that I really want to see in more fitness trackers or smartwatches. I really don't like the silicone band sometimes. It can be very annoying. It can be very sticky and wet, but this for some reason is very easy to exercise in, run in, sleep in. It's just a lot more comfortable. So I really hope more fitness trackers use Velcro, but thank God Tinwoo did a really good job here. Anyways, I think that's it for this video here. I really appreciate if you can give a like if this helped you at all, and definitely subscribe for more wearable related content. If you have any questions about this fitness tracker, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.